Missions Pulse. Know God's heart, join his mission.
One of the things we always try to do is recognize when the right time is to be obedient. Of course, we say any time is the right time to be obedient, right?
Yeah.
But I'm pretty rebellious by nature. I didn't really grow up, by a rebellious way. So I'm always trying to figure out when is the right time to be obedient. What is God trying to tell me to do?
Yeah.
And how do I do it the best way possible? 13, I would not recommend, I don't think, anybody to become a missionary in 13 months. That was pretty fast. I think maybe spend a little more time praying about it, get some training in, all of that kind of stuff would be a better way to do it. We just happened to walk through doors that just kept on opening.
Yeah.
Like our plan was not to be missionary in 13 months. We had planned on like a 2-year process, shut down the business, sell my house, sell, all of that kind of stuff. But things just kept happening in a way that we felt, man, God is really preparing this way for us.
Yeah.
And if we're trying to live a life of obedience to God, then we need to be able to accept these doors that he's opening, whether we're scared of it or not. So that's kind of how it ended up for us.
Well, I think when you mention whether you're scared of it or not, you're basically really talking to the male demographic here. I mean, you look at missions across the board, right? All over the world. It is largely women to men are. I don't know the overall global statistics. I would know more of China and Southeast Asia, but there are definitely more women to men on the mission field. And I mean, part of that is I've had a number of different ideas of why this is, but you're kind of defying all these odds by your rebellious nature. Is that the kind of righteous deviance that God calls us to? Does he call us to go against the flow of culture? How can men respond in a way that, and I want to get back to you in a moment where you talked about this masculine aspect of God that I think is, we don't often see in the church, but it seems like you're speaking to men here.
I do tend to speak a lot to men, I think. First of all, you're right about the statistic between from women to men. I want to say there's almost twice as many women to men, something like that. I've come across that statistic before. Normally, when you find men as missionaries, they're married. So the woman to man is the man and the wife. You don't see a whole lot of single men. And I'm married too, so I feel like I kind of understand that. Yeah. So I do feel that there is some sort of what was the phrase you used? I liked it a lot. Say it again.
Righteous deviance.
Righteous deviance. I don't think I've ever put those two words together, not even in my mind. Righteous deviance.
I actually wrote about this
like
in The Mind of a Missionary, my book, recently, because I was thinking about being a deviant.
I just bought the book.
Oh, did you? Yeah, woohoo! Yeah, because it was 99 cents on Amazon, that Kindle deal, right? I know. No.
I'm going to recommend it to everybody.
All right, buddy. No, I was talking about righteous deviance because I think we often have this image of Jesus as that American pastor, or maybe a very do-gooder who kind of went around spreading love, and meanwhile he's, slowly fashioning whips at the temple to drive. I mean, there's this righteous deviance about him that we don't often focus on because it's scary or sketchy.
For sure. He definitely took the entire system and put it on its head, flipping tables, whipping people. Yeah. That's some righteous, I would agree. I would say that's righteous. That is definitely righteous deviance. I would also say it's pretty rebellious, when he's being pointed at by the Pharisees and they're trying to drill down questions and he's not giving up any space. Their expectation was that he would bow down, he would kowtow to them, and he did not. So I tend to be pretty rebellious myself. I try to do it in a way that I can help others. Honestly, I tend to be pretty aggressive. Some people might say I'm kind of a bully. And I recognize that about myself. I'm already, 6 feet tall. I weigh 220 pounds. I'm athletic.
And the beard.
I do jiu-jitsu on a regular basis. So I know that. Yeah, exactly. A big beard, covered in tattoos. I'm kind of peculiar when I walk around little Latin American towns. Yeah. So I have to do one of two things. I have to either, particularly if I go into somebody's house in the community that we're working in, there's incredibly impoverished, it's a dirt floor, the house made of plastic kind of stuff. They bring out one chair that they own because they want me to sit in it. I really have to kind of humble myself, almost make myself smaller in that atmosphere. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sit down in the chair. want to be open. I want to be really friendly. I want to tell some jokes. I don't want to intimidate people with my presence until maybe it's time to intimidate some people with my presence. And then I'm really trying to do that for the kingdom. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. I think when you're talking about this rebellious, I think obviously rebellion or rebelliousness is there's negative connotations because generally it is negative, but there is that going against the grain of culture, going against the flow, upstream against the current, right? I think is what you're pointing to here. And there's times that's the kind of thing that snaps people out of a particular pattern or a particular way, and they need to just wake up and see another world or the kingdom coming, that it's not just all about this temporal state. And so, I'm tracking with you here.
Yeah, I think also maybe just another style of missions. I love church planters, man. That is a very specific call. That is not something that I really know how to do. And I'm always amazed at people who are able to go out there and plant churches, but I'm not really called to plant a church. I've been asked that many, many times. When we share the gospel, when we're sharing Jesus, it's very one-on-one. It's with kids. It's with parents. A lot of it is them asking, man, I can't believe you're doing this kind of stuff. Why are you even doing this? And then it's easy, man. It's because God loves me and God loves you and I love you. Let's talk about this for a little bit. We want to come alongside you and help you with whatever it is you think you need help with. We want to help your kid get to school, and you can take advantage for many of the programs as you want to. But it's all because Christ loved us first.
Missions Pulse. Know God's heart, join his mission. This podcast is powered by Enrich Global. Subscribe, watch, and listen on YouTube today. Visit missionspulse.com.